Good morning and welcome to our Friday installment for science. Today is Friday, October 22nd. We are in the Friday folder in the October 18th pink folder. Let's go ahead and look at the lesson overview. You will notice up at the top again, I do have the 2-week reminder for work. Again, that's going to be something that's implemented for second marking period. Please be mindful of the fact that I'm going to be locking things now at the 2-week mark. So for those of you that waited until the end of the marking period, that's going to be something that's going to really kind of come into play with problems for you, especially for those of you who are trying to do improvements. So keep that in the back of your mind. Down below that, I'll have the video link for you. Objectives, I literally copied and pasted them from yesterday. The activities, I literally copied and pasted them from the plans from yesterday. I did add for number 3 that we will be finishing data collection today. We will be finishing the conclusion questions and then also talking about the day 2 hypothesis. So we'll go into that in a moment. Let's go ahead and look at our attention getters. So yesterday's attention getter number 42, how is farming impacted by natural selection? Hopefully you made the connection that, first of all, natural selection is when the fittest survives. And in farming, farmers want to have the fittest. So they want to have the best thing possible. So they're going to choose the seeds, the livestock, whatever they need to help get the best quality and most product possible, because again, farming is not only a way of life, but it's also the livelihood for many people. So they want to make sure that they're making a profit off that as well. Today's question is, what were 2 things you noticed from yesterday's lab? So again, those of you that were in class with me, 2 things. Those of you that did not do the activity with me in class, obviously you're looking at the video and doing it at home. Especially if you're not going to be coming into school next week, I would say this is something you're going to have to do at home, because we're going to be wrapping up data collection probably on Thursday. So, well, actually probably on Tuesday, and then graphing discussion on Thursday. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Those of you that are at home, again, that's something you'll need to make sure you're doing at home based upon the video I gave you. So let's go ahead and go into the digital binder. Again, we are using a paper copy, but it's just easier for me to go into the digital binder. And we are on slide 20, too far. Slide 29. So yesterday we went ahead, we looked at all the directions first, we then did our hunting. So those students went ahead and filled in the information there. For averages, remember I want a whole insect, I don't want partials. And then the conclusion questions that we're going to be talking about are the conclusion questions that we have there. So again, read each of the questions, make sure that you're answering it in complete sentences. For example, number 1 is asking why or why not. So you'll need to explain. Number 3, why, again, explain. Number 2, why, explain. And then we'll talk a little bit more about day 2. It says, today you'll be a predator in a new habitat. And the new habitat that we're going to have is going to be a color change. So the hunting is going to be done in a different colored environment. So I want you to have a hypothesis of what you think is going to happen. So if the habitat color changes, if the environment color changes, then what do you think is going to happen? Because, tell me why. We'll talk more about the independent variables, dependent variables next week on Monday. Directions are going to be the same, and then we'll be hunting. So again, that's the game plan for today, is to make sure that you guys have your hypothesis written and also those 4 questions answered, as well as having the rest of your data collected. And then we'll spend some time just reviewing at the end of class. Homework is to do day 1 questions and also write your hypothesis. So again, if it's not done in class, which we'll wrap it up for homework for tonight. As always, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you for more hunting on Monday.